What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm the Best Virginian, and I do my best to bring you West Virginia history and travel videos from across the mountain state of West Virginia. If you're wondering what type of West Virginia videos I make, today we're going to take a look back at all the videos I made and all the events and festivals I got to attend in 2022. If any of these events or misadventures interest you, I will put timestamps down in the description so that you can go watch the full videos about a lot of these events and the like. Also, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any adventures I get into. I was able to go down to the Swiss village of Helvetia, West Virginia for their annual celebration of Fastnacht. It's kind of like you taking the best elements of Christmas, Halloween, and Mardi Gras and kind of merging them together. It's a traditional Swiss festival where there is a lot of donuts eaten, a lot of amazing traditional Swiss foods, along with copious amounts of day drinking. It kind of all culminates with a parade of masks from the center of town to kind of the edge of town, where they have a big bonfire and burn an effigy of Old Man Winter in order to help make spring get here even sooner. Then in March, I had an opportunity to go over to the mountains of eastern West Virginia and visit places like Seneca Rocks, Blackwater Falls, Cool Springs, and the small town of Thomas, West Virginia. Also during this time period, I did a video where I looked into the booming microbrewery industry of West Virginia, especially in this part of the state, some of the higher altitudes. In April, I got to visit the West Virginia Bigfoot Museum along with the Flatwoods Monster Museum down in Sutton, West Virginia. I got to take some of the back roads back. I basically went from Sutton all the way through Flatwoods to Weston, West Virginia. In May, I got to revisit the West Virginia State Penitentiary up in Moundsville, along with the Palace of Gold, which has been undergoing renovations for the last couple of years, and Oglebay up in Wheeling, all on the same day. June was the second West Virginia Bigfoot Festival. I actually got some friends of mine, C27 Pen and Vitriol Plays. They're Fallout 76 streamers. They'd been talking for a while about wanting to come and visit the mountain state, and I invited them down for the Bigfoot Festival, and I think there was a music festival in Helvetia that day, and we had a full day of travel. I took them to Prickett's Fort, I took them to the Asylum, I took them down to the Bigfoot Museum, Flatwoods Monster Museum, and Helvetia, all in the same day. It was a super long, packed day, but it was definitely a really great experience sharing some of my favorite places in the mountain state with them. In July, I went back up to the Palace of Gold. They had just placed the new dome on Parapapod's Palace, where the Palace of Gold gets its name. I got to get some really good pictures of the renovations of the Palace Dome they had just finished up. I also got to go back down to Point Pleasant, West Virginia, visit the Mothman Museum, run around downtown Point Pleasant, visit to Windy Way, and even go out to the Point Pleasant TNT area where Mothman was first sighted all those years ago. August was a pretty good month. I got to go down to Philippi for Lurch Fest, which is an annual celebration of West Virginia native Ted Cassidy, most well known for depicting Lurch in the original Addams Family TV show, along with finally getting to see the Philippi Mummies. Yeah, West Virginia has mummies. Why haven't you hit that subscribe button yet? In September, I got to return to Point Pleasant, West Virginia for the annual Mothman Festival. This was the largest Mothman Festival to date, with over 20,000 people showing up for the first day alone. I think that weekend they had somewhere between like 30 and 32,000 attendants to that festival. It was crazy seeing how many Fallout 76ers and just paranormal fans came out to support that amazing festival. I think it brought in over $1 million to Point Pleasant and local communities, which is amazing, and it's great to see events like that do tremendously well here in the Mountain State. In October, I got to help with the Fallout for Hope gathering in Sutton, West Virginia. This year, the Fallout for Hope crew decided to do gatherings in all the cities that have made appearances in mainline Bethesda Fallout games, including Boston, Washington, D.C., Las Vegas, Nevada, and of course, West Virginia, and I got to help out with that and photograph, document that meetup again in Sutton, West Virginia in the Flatwoods Monster Museum. Shout out to the Flatwoods Monster Museum for allowing us to use their facility. It was great. I think we had 30-some people turn out, and as a weird turn of events, Bethesda, world-renowned video game company, shared my photography before any West Virginia state agency. Because of course they did. It was also great to see some individuals from Fastnacht turn back out for this event. I hadn't seen them in, almost a year, like 9 months at that point, and it was definitely good to see the turnout, along with just all the community members in general that I had never met before, but had interacted with either on Discord or Twitter throughout the years. And it was really a great way to kick off the Fallout for Hope streaming season, which has been a tremendous success, as it is pretty much every year. Shout out to Kenny and everyone who takes part in the Fallout for Hope charity campaign. In November, I got to go take a candlelight tour of Prickett's Fort and see how the holidays were celebrated in both the 18th and 19th century. I had never seen Prickett's Fort at nighttime, and it was great seeing it decked out for the holidays and really getting this new perspective on how the holidays were celebrated in West Virginia throughout different periods of history. Lastly, in December, I got to go back down to Helvetia again. I think that was the third or fourth trip down there this year for the Feast of St. Nicholas, where I got to make Swiss bread people. I'll put the word up here for what they're called. I can't pronounce it, but it was a great experience. I got to go hang out in a kitchen with a bunch of little old ladies, and it just smelled of amazing fresh baked bread, and it was just an awesome experience. And all of these adventures were because of viewers, subscribers, and followers like you. So thank you very much for all the assistance, all the travel ideas that you have given me throughout the entire year, and I look forward to doing it again in 2023. Special shout out to all the people who have made donations to me and the channel. I have used essentially all that money on food and gas anytime I go on any of these trips. Thank you so much. The number one question I probably got asked this year was, what state agency do you work for? A lot of people think, for whatever reason, I work for one of the state tourism agencies or some department in the education field here in West Virginia, and that is absolutely not true. Everything that I do is either funded by myself or through donations, and you might be wondering, how can you help grow the channel? How can you help fund some of these outings and adventures that I go on? Well, first and foremost, subscribing to the channel, viewing the videos, and sharing them is the thing that you can do to help the most. Besides that, I'll put links down below. I have some merchandise, I have ways for you to donate to the channel, and of course, all that money goes straight back into gas and food on these outings. But thank you again for all the opportunities that you gave me to make videos for you in 2022, and I hope to get to do even more and meet even more members of the communities in the upcoming year. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you, and don't forget to stay wild, stay wonderful, and I'll talk to you later.